We've been investigating the deaths of 2 detainees at Shelby County Jail down in 201 Poplar. First of all, let me offer my condolences to both of these families and a heartfelt condolences. On Thursday, February 6th, shortly after 6:45 p.m., an main jail at 201 Poplar was transported by the Memphis Fire Department to Region 1 in non-critical condition due to apparent mental status change. While at the hospital, officials pronounced the inmate deceased at 9:28 p.m.
It was non-critical. It went from non-critical to deceased.
33-year-old buried condition. We offer my condolences to both of these families and a heartfelt condolences. On Thursday,
I just can't get out what I be trying to get out. Let's listen.
6:45 p.m. An inmate at the main jail at 201 Poplar was transported by the Memphis Fire Department to Region 1 in non-critical condition due to apparent mental status change. While at the hospital, officials pronounced the inmate deceased at 9:28 p.m. The inmate has been identified as 33-year-old
Hey, Chelsea, I'm back.
Darius Nolan. He was booked in jail on September 17, 2024 on felony vandalism and misdemeanor assault charges. This morning, Friday, February the 7th, shortly after 5:30 a.m., an inmate was discovered unresponsible in his single cell.
Yeah, my phone just froze. It just stopped.
This inmate was transported by the Memphis Fire Department to Memphis Central Hospital, where he was later pronounced at 5:39 p.m. That inmate has been identified as Darius Crawford. He was booked in jail on January 25th, 2025 on 4 counts of assault on a first responder and aggravated assault.
Please hit the like button.
Has been in contact with the DA's office. Obviously, we're launching an investigation as to what happened to both of these detainees. Right now, we're not sure. We're going to have to probably wait on the medical examiner to let us know what happened to both of them. But some of the things that I kind of wanted to talk as well about is that right now, as of this morning, we had 2,540 detainees at 201 Poplar. We had another 105. Excuse me.
You got 600 doors that don't lock.
Jail lease where we're close to now, another 279. As I said, the sheriff's office is sponsoring an investigation. It goes to the point that I've been trying to make with the public and with the ministry as well about being short of staff. And when I talk about youth and education justice center, where I have 15 to 60 officers that I can on top in other jail locations, that's the reason that I would like to get it. So far, we've spent about $5.3 million in the jail. A lot of that is due to shakedowns, looking for weapons, looking for contraband, and just doing what the officers are doing. We've terminated employees, and if we find that any of these deaths are drug related, then we will terminate more employees and hopefully get with the DA and prosecute as well. We have a very aging facility, and I've talked about it many times, frequent maintenance issues, overcrowded, poor living conditions, increasing tension among inmates as well as staff. We must together work in this community. When social conditions worsen, more individuals are incarcerated. That's just the way it is. Issues like mental health crises, substance abuse, lack of social services contribute to the rising incarceration rate. A modern jail with and stronger community partnerships could reduce recidivism rates and improve outcome as these detainees re-enter into society. Now I'm going to stop here for just a minute and I'm going to let Chief Kurt Fields speak on this matter or speak on some matters and then I'll come back and answer some questions. Chief Fields?
Good evening. To reiterate what the sheriff said, our prayers and condolences to the families and loved ones of two persons that transitioned today. We are in a crisis situation at the jail. We're close to 300 officers down. We have the latest in technology to try and do the best that we can. We have dedicated men and women coming to work every day. But when our staffing level is that low, then we have another 68 to 70 staff members at the Youth Justice Center. We need those officers at 201 so that we can tend to those residents that we have at 201. The sheriff stated that, mental health, substance abuse issues that takes place in the community are magnified in a jail setting. We need those staffers there to help us combat.
Ready to start?
I'll let you know when everybody's ready.
Wait about 90 seconds and jump out of this current story.
Ready to start?
Detainees at Shelby County Jail down at 201 Poplar. First of all, let me offer my condolences to both of these families and a heartfelt condolences. On Thursday, February 6th, shortly after 6:45 p.m., an inmate at the main jail at 201 Poplar was transported by the Memphis Fire Department to Region 1 in non-critical condition due to apparent mental status change. While at the hospital, officials pronounced the inmate deceased at 9:28 p.m. The inmate has been identified as 33-year-old Darius Nolan. He was, he was booked into jail on September the 17th, 2024 on felony vandalism and misdemeanor assault charges. This morning, Friday, February the 7th, shortly after 5:30 a.m., an inmate was discovered unresponsible in his single cell at the main jail, also at 201 Poplar. This inmate was transported by the Memphis Fire Department to Methodist Central Hospital, where he was later pronounced at 5:39 p.m. That inmate has been identified as Darius Crawford. He was booked in jail on January 25th, 2020 on 4 counts of assault on a first responder and an aggravated assault. The Sheriff's Office has been in contact with the DA's office. Obviously, we're launching an investigation as to what happened to both of these detainees. Right now, we're not sure. We're going to have to probably wait on the medical examiners to let us know what happened to both of them. But some of the things that I kind of wanted to talk as well about is that right now, as of this morning, we had 2,540 detainees at 201 Poplar. We had another 108 down at Juvenile Court. And now that jail lease, where we're close to now, another 279.
Thank you, Vicky.
As I said, the Sheriff's Office is launching an investigation, but it goes to the point that I've been trying to make with the public and with the news media as well about being short of staff. And when I talk about leaving the Youth and Education Justice Center, where I have 58 to 60 officers that I use down at 201 Poplar and other jail locations. That's the reason that I would like to leave you in the court. So far, we spent about $5.3 million, $5.3 million in jail. A lot
What
of
does
that's
this
due
have to
to
do with the
shakedowns,
man, the
looking
two
for
men
weapons, looking for
getting unalive?
contraband, and just doing what the officers are doing. We terminated employees, and if we find any of these deaths are drug related, then we will terminate more employees and hopefully get with the DA and prosecute them as well.
So it was
We have
drug
a very
related.
aging facility, and I've talked about it many, many times frequently.
So it keeps stopping at the same spot. No, hold on. It did this just a minute ago. We gonna get this out. We gonna get it out. The devil is a lie, and the truth ain't in it. We gonna get this out. We gonna hear this.
One, in non-critical condition due to apparent mental status change. While at the
What is a
hospital,
mental status
officials
change?
pronounced the inmate deceased at 9:28 p.m. The inmate has been identified as 33-year-old Darius Nolan. He was, excuse me, he was booked in jail on September the 17th, 2024
A
on
mental
felony
status change.
vandalism and misdemeanor assault charges. This morning,
Hey,
Friday,
Carrie.
February the 7th, shortly after 5:30
Leticia.
a.m., an inmate was discovered unresponsible in his single cell at the main jail, also at 201 Poplar. This inmate was transported by the Memphis Fire Department to Methodist Central Hospital, where he was later pronounced at 5:39 p.m. That inmate has been identified as Darius Crawford. He was booked in jail on January the 25th, 2025 on 4 counts of assault on a first responder and an aggravated assault. The Sheriff's Office has been in contact with the DA's office. Obviously, we're launching an investigation as to what happened to both of these detainees. Right now, we're not sure. We're going to have to probably wait on the medical examiners to let us know what happened to both of them. But some of the things that I kind of wanted to talk as well about is that right now, as of this morning, we had 2,540 detainees at 201 Poplar. We had another 108 down at Vigil. Out at jail lease, where we're close to now, another 279. As I said, the Sheriff's Office is launching an investigation, but it goes to the point that I've been trying to make with the public and with the news media as well about being short of staff.
Thank you, Leticia, for the Sundays.
In the Youth and Education Justice Center, where I have 58 to 60 officers that I can use down at 201 Poplar and other jail locations. That's the reason that I would like to leave from the court. So far, we spent about $5.3 million in jail. A lot of that is due to shakedowns, looking for weapons, looking for contraband, and just doing what the officers are doing. We terminated employees, and if we find that any of these deaths are drug-related,
You know they
we'll
drug-related.
terminate more employees and hopefully get with the DA and prosecute as well. We have a very aging facility, and I've talked about it many times, frequent maintenance issues, overcrowded, poor living conditions, increasing tension among inmates as well as staff. We must together work in this community. When social conditions worsen, more individuals are incarcerated. That's just the way it is. Issues like mental health crises, substance abuse, lack of social services contribute to the
Jules.
rising
Thank you.
incarceration rate. A modern jail with stronger community partnerships could reduce recidivism rates and improve outcomes as these detainees re-enter into society. Now, I'm going to stop here for just a minute, and I'm going to let Chief Kirk Fields speak on this matter or speak on some matters, and then I'll come back and answer some questions. Chief Fields?
Good evening. To reiterate what the sheriff said, our prayers and condolences to the families and loved ones of the two persons that transitioned today. We are in a crisis situation at the jail. We're close to 300 officers now.
They short 300 officers.
Technology to try to do the best that we can. We have dedicated men and women coming up every day. But when our staffing level is that low,
They're down 300 officers and 600 doors don't lock.
Justice Center, we need those officers at 201 so that we can tend to those residents that we have at 201. The sheriff stated that, mental health, substance abuse issues that takes place in the community are magnified in the jail setting. We need those staffers there to help us combat those issues that we face on a day-to-day basis. The sheriff stated that when we find staffing violations, we discipline those staffers. We sometimes terminate those staffers.
Y'all,
unfortunately for us,
let me pause.
sometimes those decisions are overturned.
It was live when I started it.
Those persons are returned.
It sounded like fentanyl done made its way up into 201 Poplar with 300 detainees, now jailers down, and 600 doors don't lock. That's what it sounds like to me, listening with my good ear. We had that girl and them two inmates got busted, had the phone and all of that. Now he piggybacking off of that because somebody else done died. Somebody else. Fentanyl done made its way up in 201 Power. They know good and dang well talking about a change in mental. Let's finish listening.
Turn back to work. Puts the entire sheriff's office at risk, as well as our residents. Once again, we are truly remorseful. Any life that is lost is a tragedy. We're committed to do the best that we can, but we need assistance. We need a new jail. Our jail was opened in 1981. For those that don't know, a jail age is anywhere between 3 and 4 years for every year of usage. So technically, our jail is 160 years old. It is staff intensive, and it's not a healthy environment. And sad to say, but we have dedicated staff that are coming in every day, doing the best that they can, and we will continue to do it. Thank you.
So, with that being said, and I'm sure many of you have questions, please ask away.
Senator, we talked about trying to get the jail fully staffed, but I know we've had two separate incidents recently where we talked about deputy jailers who were bringing contraband in. How do you kind of compromise between those two, active recruiting to make sure they're not going to get up?
There's no compromising. When it comes to an officer bringing drugs in this jail, or any jail, there's no compromising. We will prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law. I think Chief Buckner had mentioned in the previous press conference that we're looking at national experts to come in to look at our operations, to see how we're doing the things that we're doing, and hopefully have some fresh set of eyes to take a look at it. But we know the obvious, and that's short staff.
This is not cool. Governor, yeah.
Well, as Chief Fields mentioned, it affects the staff. It affects me. I take great pride in my job, and so do the many officers at the Shelby County Sheriff's Office. So when you're talking about having to defuse, debrief officers because they're seeing this over and over again, a new facility will go a long ways because this jail is just far, far outdated. The way it's built, the way that it's manpower intensive because of the way it's built. And I've been asking people, the county commissioner, the mayor, let's talk about it. I understand it's not going to be built overnight.
Y'all use the money that they gave you, the millions they did give you, to something else. Remember?
Chief Wilson.
Those locks been broke for
With respect
so
to
long. They
the
gotta be.
ongoing investigation,
Yeah.
there was a mental crisis
A
in
mental
terms
crisis.
of the situation that took
Fentanyl.
him on
Say it.
At this time, we do not. We will have to actually wait on the autopsy. I think you're correct, but I can't say for sure.
Crawford was the gentleman that was involved in the SWAT standoff a few weeks ago, and I think you're right on that. Other than they found him unresponsive in his cell this morning, he was immediately sitting by medical in the jail. Medical called the fire department transported him to
A SWAT standoff.
I think you're correct, but I can't say for sure.
Crawford was the gentleman that was involved in the SWAT standoff a few weeks ago, and I think you're right on that. Other than they found him unresponsive in his cell this morning, he was immediately sent by medical in the jail.
Jail means border.
Medical called the fire department transported him back this evening.
So a Crawford who was a part of a SWAT standoff.
Not related to drugs.
He done died in there too?
We have fired employees for bringing drugs in. Many of you, I don't know, I might be the old guy in the room, but attorneys have been charged criminally years ago for bringing drugs or giving drugs to an inmate. So we know, or we believe we know, how drugs are getting into jail. There's only three ways: either through an attorney, through our commissary, or our employees. We've invested a lot of money on checking for what's this airport scanner. I think everybody would know that. And we've invested a lot of money to try to slow down the response. But we're not the only jail in the country that's experiencing these types of problems. So I think if any of your viewers go back and look anywhere they'd like to, they'll see that this is a struggling problem. And when you start talking about
You're understaffed.
which
Stop making it be about so you moving the goalposts.
that can cause a person to go overdose and to literally die.
Overdose. There we go. There we go.
Try to use the Narcan, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
That's what it was, y'all. Them people, them jailers that was smuggling in the end.
Well, I mean, I wish I could promise you that. I really do. I know that we try to use the Narcan, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
So you talk about getting to the jail, talk about, better information and understanding. And what steps can you take immediately so that there aren't more deaths next?
Well, I mean, I wish I could promise you that. I really do. I know that we're doing all that we can do. We've hired a marketing firm to bolster our recruiting. As stated by myself and Chief Fields, I've got 60 officers down at the Youth Education Center.
Them doors don't lock. I wish I would work up in there.
Want more eyes, give them a fresh set of eyes, give them a national expert.
Ain't no dollar amount you can pay me. Them doors don't lock.
See, is there anything that we're missing?
The doors don't lock.
A better job. I don't want to have to stand before these cameras in another week talking about another jail. Thank you.
But there y'all have it. Some employees or contractors done got, or attorneys done messed around somehow, smuggled in drugs, and since then, I guess the lady I showed y'all, Bianca, and the two inmates, I guess the more folks done passed away. There we have it. Let me get on to where I was trying to get to earlier. And I ran across something else. So wanted to. Shout out to up on the King of Memphis. They into my thumbnail. It changed when I went live quickly. But Rollo, he got some beef going on in the streets. I'm gonna pull that beef up too as well. He got some beef going on with his snitchery. Yeah, they calling you out. But don't fret, Rollo. Everybody else snitching too. It's a whole snitch fest going on. Whole snitch fest of rappers. They talking about Big Meech. Fitty exposing Big Meech for popping his gum and running his mouth. Oh, that's the fresh start. That's Jay. Oh yeah, shout out to Neil J. A fresh start.
Every child deserves a chance to thrive, no matter their circumstances. At Fresh Start Kids, Inc., we're here to make that happen. Neighborhoods facing tough challenges. Many kids struggle with anger.
Oh, shout out to them, especially while they're trying to cut. Cut them programs for them babies. Now earlier, before I had to cut it, well, before he cut short on his own, I wanted y'all to hear something.
Secret society, come around here, don't be running your mouth. Cover up business, whole lot of everything. They know they ain't the ones running the.
I wanted y'all to see.
What up, it is? I bet it's fun. I hate dog.
Just Barely caught it, didn't he? He got his pre-chains on. He repped it paper route heavily. But it was something. Yeah, I'm starting to think Rollo did Smith after getting his name. That last interview deleted. Yeah, because in that interview, somewhere in there, he responded and said he gave the information to his attorney, which they always do, though. I mean, you have to tell, well, for the most part, you gotta tell your attorney, you know, what's really going on in order for them to defend you properly, or allow for you properly, you know, whatever, however. But for him to say he didn't, excuse me, y'all know I'm late. His attorney did. Yeah, that was a clever way of doing it. But in reality, ain't no loyalty in the streets, though, for the most part. Now, there are a few that is still loyal, but when you've been locked up for a long period of time and them folk Bubbles and Billies and Babies and Day-Days trying to, you know, corner you in and bend you over, huh? All the homies who said they was gonna be there for you ain't there for you. It's a whole rack that's going on. But listen to, this is what I was trying to show y'all earlier in my phone, you know. So I'm trying to go and get it out fast. I want y'all to hear Jizzle in this song. Shout out to him. He got some things going on. He rep who he rep, he love who he love. Is this not it? Why I don't hear nothing? Oh, Lord. This one is supposed to have music to it. Where the music is? Did he take the music off, y'all? He done took the music out. Let me try on a different device. Y'all know my device has been cooking. I want to try to hear what he was saying on here. I had it in the title. Oh, man. This is how the cat was gangster. It turned out to be 12. I needed for my 250 there. This is so much, walking rough and tough, shaking and shaking. That's the law. I wonder who he's talking about. Let me see if it's play over here. Yeah, he done took the music out of it. God, he had a song that he was talking about it. And it was, I know it was this one because I played it earlier. It was this one. I was playing it earlier. That I thought he was gangster. But you wind up being 12. That was very key to me. It was very key to me. Because that means that somebody that was close enough to him, he said he thought they was gangster, but they wind up being 12. Why he took it down, I don't know. I shouldn't have put it in the title. That's all I'm gonna say. On to the next one, baby, because the show was there. Yeah, he thought they was gangster, but they wind up being 12. Somebody asked me about Finesse 2 times. Let me see if he pull up before I go to the next. I want to shout out to KEYGLOCK moving around. He was in Paris one day and he in Tokyo now. Oh, was it just a song? Let me double check. No, I think he moving around. But let me double check. Where is Fatness? Who asked me about Fatness? So he talking about I don't necessarily think he talking about a pre-member, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm glad you asked that, Chelsea. Because when he was released from jail, he gave a shout out to did he give a shout out to a whole lot of everything? Paper Route. He gave a shout out to Paper Route. And I think he gave a shout out to a whole lot of everything. But he did not say anything about Young Mob. And I remember thinking, oh, why he didn't mention YMN? Why he didn't mention AOB? But he did say PRE, and he did say a whole lot of everything. Hey, Brian. Paper Route. Yep. Yeah, I caught it. I caught it then. I just didn't play on it. But when I heard that song, I said, he done found out something. And him and I think I made mention that no, then because I knew he had a couple of weeks ago he was supposed to have court him and Stupid Dude. And then he got released. And he got out, he was in the car, his hair was kind of standing on his head. And he gave his shout out to the ones who was silent. And he definitely left out Young Mob, and he did not say anything about AOB, which he shouldn't have said nothing about AOB because that didn't make sense in the first place. But let me see about Finesse. Has Finesse posted? Because I told you that I think.
Long live Zay Perry, he the one taught a nigga how to pop it.
Oh boy, little boy going ham. I had that earlier too, and none of that even. I didn't even realize it was spinning, and y'all didn't even get none of that earlier. Let me see. Little boy, he was live. And when I went back and looked, I said, oh man, it cut off way earlier. I didn't even know it.
The day a nigga play with Glock, he get put on the shelf. Yeah, get put in a pot.
Let me get your KEYGLOCK before I move on. Yeah, I think he was talking.
Came in this world by myself, yeah, self-made nigga. My little bro tryna cook, I think he should be a chef. The day a nigga play with Glock, he get put on the shelf. Yeah, get put in a pot.
Yeah, shout out to KEYGLOCK. Let me go over here. Because KEYGLOCK plays no games playing his music. He plays no game. Him Ken Money. They bought their money, man. But I could show you these pictures, baby. He ain't playing no games about his music. I fuck with KEYGLOCK. Yep. And he real quiet here. He kind of introvert. Yeah. Well, he quiet and deadly. Shout out to him. He said 3 a.m. in Tokyo, he be to himself. Yep. His Machiavelli chain. Glockavelli. I'm sorry, my bad, dog. My bad. Glockavelli. Why the pictures cutting off now? Yep. Shout out to him. Dolph would be proud. Absolutely. So Tokyo was one of the dopest places he's visited. Can't wait to go back. Let's see what he's saying.
City bitches, I'm the seat. Put a pocket full of blues and a 30 word deep. Yeah, young rich nigga, I'll fuck your auntie. Man,
Not the auntie, KEYGLOCK. Not the auntie. Not the auntie, huh? So listen, y'all. Oh, yeah, he done took that music down. God. So there is a, let me see, and I also wanted to hear what he said. There was a, where was he now? Where did it go? Where did it go? Let's check this out, y'all. It was a popular, and I haven't watched it. I was just curious about it because a lot of people be doing crazy stuff for clicks and for views. So it says a popular toxic TikTok couple dead after being couple goals to all their followers. Let's check it out. What done happened?
This is for Keisha because you clearly ain't learned your lesson the first time. Tell her.
I can't put you no more.
Because now.
Have y'all ever seen this couple? Straight swag. What's going on with these couples, y'all? I don't want to make you mad, auntie, but he gives me bad vibes. Who gives you bad vibes? Who gives you bad vibes? And who and what you mean by bad vibes? One of my favorite Glock songs is Dope. Who you talking about, Chelsea? And do y'all know, have y'all seen this couple?
Warning signs, which is the hard part about it.
She was just a beautiful spirit that, didn't deserve nothing.
A rising star. If you met her, you loved her. And if you never met her, you wished you had.
And her mother said she was planning to go to law school.
This is a shame that these girls and these babies and these kids, these mothers, we have to grieve because somebody decided they wanted to take God into their hands. It's just too much.
They wanted to take someone's life in their hands.
It's too much. We gotta come together and figure out how do we put an end to this.
Did you know that bed bugs can
hit the like
survive for
button.
months without feeding and are resistant to many types of pesticides?
At just 25 years old, Winter Straw was already being celebrated by her family as a rising star. She was a proud graduate of Columbia High School before furthering her education at Allen University. At just 25 years old, Winter Straw was already being celebrated by her family as a rising star. She was a proud graduate of Columbia High School before furthering her education at Allen University, where she earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in Social Science in 2022. Winter was a proud member of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, bringing both energy and leadership to everything she did. Beyond academics, Winter was a gifted athlete. She played for both the women's volleyball and basketball teams, but it was on the basketball court that she truly stood out.
Shout out to Black Girls
Player on the team
Unlocked.
that won Allen University's first conference championship, as well as the school's inaugural women's basketball championship. Her athleticism and determination were a clear reflection of her driven nature. After graduation, Winter's professional journey took her to the Department of Corrections, where she worked as a mental health officer.
A mental health. She needs to go to.
She was dedicated to providing mental and behavioral health programs to some of the system's most vulnerable and troubled inmates, demonstrating her commitment to making a difference. In short, Winter had everything in place. At just 25, she had built a life full of accomplishments, setting goals and achieving them with grace and determination. It's rare to find someone so young with such a well-rounded, accomplished path, and Winter was undeniably on her way to even greater success. She was destined to be someone remarkable in this lifetime. Winter was also in a committed long-term relationship with 27-year-old Renardo Johnson, further showing the depth and strength of her personal connections.
Who was interested first? Who said I love you first? Who's more protective? Who cleans more? Who eats the most? Who spends the most money? Who is most likely to start an argument? Who falls asleep first? Who is more annoying? Who loves the hardest?
The couple appeared to be deeply in love, with one of their favorite activities being posting TikTok videos together. They seemed so comfortable with one another, and to many, they were the embodiment of relationship goals. There were no signs of trouble in their connection. In fact, in 2022, when Winter was involved in a terrible car accident, Renardo was right there by her side, helping her through her recovery. Their journey together, including Renardo's devoted support, was shared openly on social media for everyone to see. Winter had everything going for her: a flourishing career, a loving relationship, and the support of amazing friends and family. No one, not a single person, could have anticipated the unexpected and tragic turn of events that would soon follow. At approximately 6 p.m. on March 26, 2023, officers from the Richland County Sheriff's Department responded to reports of a shooting at Carrington Place at Wildwood Apartment Homes, located in the 700 block of Mallet Hill Road. Upon arriving at the scene, they discovered an unresponsive adult female lying in front of one of the apartment buildings. In a nearby apartment was a frantic male, visibly distressed by the situation.
This incident started at about 6 o'clock on Sunday night near the 700 block of Mallet Hill Road.
The victim was identified as 25-year-old Winter Stroll, who was pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to a gunshot wound. Deputies soon discovered that a man, whom they believed to be armed, had barricaded himself inside an apartment at the complex. In response, a law enforcement operation involving multiple units from the sheriff's department was quickly mobilized. Negotiators remained in constant communication with the man, who was identified as Winter's boyfriend, 27-year-old Bernardo Johnson, in an effort to peacefully resolve the situation. For nearly 3 hours, negotiators worked tirelessly, hoping to de-escalate the tense standoff. However, around 9 p.m. that evening, authorities reported that the suspects suddenly stopped communicating with them. Moments later, they were startled by what they suspected was gunfire emanating from inside the apartment. Upon entering the apartment, officers discovered Bernardo with a gunshot wound to the upper body. Despite immediate efforts to provide medical treatment and transport him to a nearby hospital, he later succumbed to his injuries. This tragic incident underscored the devastating impact that domestic violence can have, tearing apart not just the lives of the individuals involved, but also devastating the families, friends, and community. The authorities had initially escalated their response upon receiving reports that a child might still be inside the apartment with the suspect, but this later turned out to be a false claim. Winter's passing left an immense void in the lives of those who knew her. Family and friends were heartbroken. For nearly 3 hours, negotiators worked tirelessly. Stroll, who was pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to an unresponsive adult female lying in front of one of the apartment buildings. In a nearby apartment was a frantic male, visibly distressed by the situation.
This incident started at about 6 o'clock on Sunday night near the 700 block of Mallet Hill Road.
The victim was identified as 25-year-old Winter Stroll, who was pronounced dead at the scene after succumbing to a gunshot wound. Deputies soon discovered that a man, whom they believed to be armed, had barricaded himself inside an apartment at the complex. In response, a law enforcement operation involving multiple units from the sheriff's department was quickly mobilized. Negotiators remained in constant communication with the man, who was identified as Winter's boyfriend, 27-year-old Bernardo Johnson, in an effort to peacefully resolve the situation. For nearly 3 hours, negotiators worked tirelessly, hoping to de-escalate the tense standoff. However, around 9 p.m. that evening, authorities reported that the suspects suddenly stopped communicating with them. Moments later, they were startled by what they suspected was gunfire emanating from inside the apartment. Upon entering the apartment, officers discovered Bernardo with a gunshot wound to the upper body. Despite immediate efforts to provide medical treatment and transport him to a nearby hospital, he later succumbed to his injuries. This tragic incident underscored the devastating impact that domestic violence can have, tearing apart not just the lives of the individuals involved, but also devastating the families, friends, and community. The authorities had initially escalated their response upon receiving reports that a child might still be inside the apartment with the suspect. But this later turned out to be a false claim. Winter's passing left an immense void in the lives of those who knew her. Family and friends were heartbroken and wanted to ensure that she was remembered for the remarkable person she was and the incredible accomplishments she achieved in her short life. Her former coach described her as a dynamic player and an exceptional teammate, further highlighting the bright future that was tragically cut short.
Sad.
She was a good friend, good sister, great daughter, all around just a good person,
So this is
rising
what the
star.
second influencer.
LaShawn Williams spoke lovingly of her daughter, Winter Straw, describing her as determined and community-driven. She says family welcomed the man, and there were never any signs of mistreatment.
We didn't see any signs,
Wow.
no signals. It wasn't like she was coming around us with black eyes or anything like that. So there was none of that.
Making the murder a shock.
It is definitely a betrayal. Because this man looked me in my eyes all the time. And whenever I would talk to him, I'd say, I'm giving you my child, a wholehearted, bubbly personality. And that's how I want to get her back. And he always assured me he would never do anything to hurt my child.
She says Winter's death has given the family a new purpose.
We want to make it clear, real clear. Domestic violence is not a joke. It's not something that we should take lightly. For those of you that are posting on Facebook and doing all that unnecessary stuff, I don't care what a person does to you. You don't have the right to take her life. You don't have the right to put your hands on nobody.
Winter's mother made it her mission to share her daughter's.
We want to make it clear, real clear. Domestic violence is not a joke. It's not something that we should take lightly. For those of you that are posting on Facebook and doing all that unnecessary stuff, I don't care what a person does to you. You don't have the right to take her life. You don't have the right to put your hands on nobody.
Winter's mother made it her mission to share her daughter's story in an effort to raise awareness and bring an end to domestic violence. In honor of Winter's life and the profound impact of her passing, a vigil was organized at Carrington Place at Wildwood Apartment Homes. The community was invited to gather in
Beautiful young lady.
with attendees encouraged to wear purple, a color symbolizing domestic violence awareness. The vigil served as both a tribute to Winter's memory and a call to action, aiming to inspire change and prevent further tragedies.
When people think of Winter, I want them to think of just a sweet, innocent girl who was out here trying to make her mom proud, make her family proud, and just to do what she loved most. I'm the baby of my family, and so she was my little sister, and so it's just hurting me so bad because I wish I was there for her. I wish I was right down the street. I just wish she would have called. But now I just want everybody to keep us in your prayers. Lord, live with you. I love you.
first anniversary of Winter's tragic and senseless death, her former co-workers at the Broad River Correctional Institute honored her memory by dedicating a purple bench in her name. The color purple, symbolizing domestic violence awareness, was chosen as a powerful tribute to her and the cause she had come to represent. Both of Winter's parents attended the ceremony and were deeply touched by the outpouring of support and warmth from her former colleagues. Their gratitude was evident as they expressed how much the recognition meant to them. Winter's legacy, defined by her strength and the impact she had on those around her, will undoubtedly live on in the hearts of all.
Okay, one last. I think I want. Try to get the lights up for me. I had something pink for with Rollo. Hold on. Find it real quick before we go. Can y'all hit the like button?
snitch for years now. And he sat down with Big Bang, DJ Scream, and Baby J on their podcast to prove to the world and bring his paperwork, letting everybody know he never told. Although he had a proffer agreement, Rollo says he never got anyone arrested.
I hate to lose. I tried to go in there and trick them motherfuckers and they tried to trick me. They all can say I wanted a proffer with lies, but you won't ever be able to say Rollo went in there and got a nigga locked up. Or Rollo went in there and told the truth. I think the world mad that ain't a nigga locked up for me. I think the world mad that they can't say that Rollo testified on another man. Is that the reason? Is the reason because 12 can't stop shit, huh?
Rollo also exposed Memphis rapper Big Moochie Grape and released a video. Big Moochie Grape was wasted. Rollo and his team could have snatched Big Moochie Grape's chain, as he let you know in this video you're about to see. But Rollo says he with Big Moochie Grape, and he wouldn't dare take a chain.
Shout out to Trap too.
Anybody touch or harm them
Well,
wouldn't dare take a chance. As he let you know in this video you're about to see, Moralo says he with Big Moochie Gray, and he wouldn't dare take a chain, and wouldn't let anybody touch or harm Moochie. Damn.
But at least it's in the Maybach. This is how my brother gonna live his life.
Oh, wow.
Just like this. But I love him. I'm not about to go forward. Yeah. If a nigga touch that chain, they gon' die. So sleep how you want. We here.
Who King Cobra Snake?
Big Moochie got his chain snatched while out in D.C. hanging with Rollo's clique. Well, some feel that video Rollo dropped was a warning to Big Moochie. Some say otherwise. Some even claim Rollo's currently wearing Big Moochie's stolen chain. Either way, Big Moochie ain't with Rollo no more. But comment
Rollo.
below. Let me
Oh.
know what y'all think about this crazy situation. Can Rollo bounce back after these allegations? It's a cold game.
It sure is a cold game. Okay, y'all. That's why I think this thing keep falling. Ooh. I think that it keep falling. It won't stay up. And I'm finna go to bed, as y'all can see. Okay, it won't stay up, and I'm trying to go to bed. So y'all have a good night, okay? Good night. Don't let the bad bugs bite. Y'all hit the like button. Kenny Money